When I think about the future of worldview intelligence, one of the things that I'm really curious about that, emerging is taking the work that we've done and translating it in other languages so that it becomes more alive in other countries and other cultures. As that happens then, as we do the translation, we know that different languages interpret phrases and things differently. So I'm also then curious about what we might learn culturally about worldview intelligence, elsewhere.
I'm curious about if we're finally going to grow beyond you and me, which is something that we've talked about almost since the beginning. I'm excited about engaging our colleagues, and particularly our colleagues in France, in some training delivery with us. Feels like it's taken a long time to get to this point, but we're ready now. We have things that we didn't have before. When we think about just over a year ago for our e-learning platform, we had one thing on it. Now we have 5. We have an opportunity in France that didn't exist even a couple of years ago, as we've had colleagues kind of hold the fire going over there around Worldview Intelligence. And there's the book, and there's other material that we've created. And I feel like as the work picks up, our creative mode is sustaining itself. And so I'm just curious to see what this whole body of knowledge is going to continue to grow into.
One other area that I'm curious about is what new sectors will we find ourselves working in? So we've done a fair amount of work in healthcare, a fair amount of work in the energy sector. You're beginning to do some great work in the education sector, and related to that, we've been invited to develop some initiatives around the school counselor role in education. And so I'm curious about what might come next.
Right, and municipalities, I've been doing a lot of work here with them. And I think when you mention about education, then I'm curious about what the co-creative opportunities are going to be, which will not just benefit Worldview Intelligence, but also benefit the work of other people who are doing things that are really aligned with us, where there's a good integration of Worldview Intelligence with the specifics of what they're doing.